Hey, Spin Snakeo here with another figure review. This time I have got the Transformers Prime Voyager Starscream Robots in Disguise, baby. And what can I say about this guy? I originally got him because I saw him in one of my local shops and I couldn't find the first edition anywhere, and the price of him online was just like ridiculous. But you know, after getting the first edition, I've definitely decided that, as I said in my previous video, the first edition one is, in my opinion, the better choice. Having said that, is this one an okay alternative? It's kind of hard to say because they're on different scales. This guy's a Voyager, whereas the first edition is a deluxe. And while in vehicle mode, I think this guy may be a bit better in scale. I'm not too sure. In robot mode, he is by far better in scale. So it's kind of a catch-22. I'm not sure which one I prefer. Well, no, I know which one I prefer, I just don't know which one I think fits in better. But we will go over that in a bit. So let's have a look at this guy in his robot mode, in all his glory. He's got, it's kind of like, it looks very green on here, but it's not. It's very kind of like dull grey going throughout, with a lighter grey here, and then an even lighter grey here. No metallic whatsoever. So to be honest, I don't think it's a very good paint job. No, I don't like the paint job. It's a bit blah. He has the translucent purple bit in his cockpit for the mech tech weapon effect, which doesn't work. Speaking of, here's his mech tech crappy weapon flibber, which goes break for it. Ready? Ooh. Yeah. He has a peg. He has a hole. Guess what? You can put the peg in the hole. And it's really loose. Oh, sorry, the hole's here. And it's really tight. And that looks like so aerodynamic and super sleek and just looks amazing. And I've never seen anything that looks so good. And the mech tech gimmick where it lights up as it goes. This whole thing's supposed to lit up, apart from this little bit here. Or, guess what? He has a hole, so you can put it on his wing. And now he can fly very heavily on one wing, and you can... That actually doesn't look terrible, to be honest, out of all of it. But again, oh no, it sprung back because you can't lock it into place. But I hate these things. We'll go over that in a bit. Isn't, like I said, it's nice plain mode. He's got a rubber nose. These are actually hard plastic for this time. The only rubber really is on his nose. So yeah, I guess without further ado, we should go over his transformation. To transform him, you need to unpeg these. They're pegged in just nga. Bring them back to nga. Same on this side. Nga to nga. You then need to take off the missiles. They just peg in there. And then angle the wings upward. And just like that. Then grab this assembly and unpeg it from here. It pivots on 2 points, but I don't actually know why, because I suppose it needs it, but you could probably get away with just the one, to be honest, but whatever. Get that there out of the way. Now, the blurry part of the blur, there we go. The hardest part of this transformation is this whole back wing, along with this whole part here, and the jet comes apart. And it's very, very tight, and that's how I actually have cut my thumb. You can't really see it, but there's a slight little cut on my nail trying to do this for the previous video. The best way to do it is probably grab hold of these little spikes at the back, which will probably snap at some point, and then just, yeah. As you can see, is the engine. That peg goes into there, and that's pretty much all that holds it in. There's nothing else that I can really see. Anyway, open the legs and then hinge the legs on this part here, and then I believe that little knock goes in that little hole. They don't really clip in, but they kind of ratchet. Yeah, they ratchet just there, so they hold quite nice. Rotate the legs around, and then you have to kind of deal with all this kibble at the ground. You can put it just any way you want. I kind of line up this flat part with the feet. I don't really know anything else to do with it, because if you put it any other way it sticks up. Bring the knee spikes up, and that's his legs done. Now separate these. They're pegged in there. There's a peg just there, goes into that hole just there, and this is also pegged into here. Now this is quite an interesting design. This part here is actually on a rotation. As you can see, it's just kind of like pegged in there. What you need to do is you need to, on this hinge here, hinge down this whole black part like that to get that down out of the way. Then you need to kind of put the arm back out of the way. Then you need to open it a little bit and then rotate on this part here and bring the whole assembly down, and then that kind of pegs, I don't even know where it pegs. I think this part here pegs in the back there. Right, that's what you want to do. So it's on the other side. You can kind of do it all in one foul rotation, he says optimistically, and then fails. Yep. There we go. Let's come forward. It's kind of a weird thing, but it works. Lift the shoulder pad up and then get his hand out. Put the shoulder pad down. Rotate the arm. Rotate the hand. And then close in the fin. Same in this one. The shoulder pad up. Bring the arm out. Put the fin down. Rotate that. Bring that down. And then, ladies and gentlemen, if I can get him to stand and rotate. Bring the camera well up. Oh, I forgot. But the missiles, they just go on top of the arm. Like that. And there we have Starscream in his robot mode. Cannot get this going camera. Very tall. A little bit of a forehammer there. So yeah, there we go. Starscream in his robot mode. Sorry about that, all the finesse and fiddling. And see, it's quite a skinny and fiddly figure, which doesn't really help. Along with the nose cone that's rubber, his horns are also rubber, but I said these are hard plastic. That's the only rubber on the figure. The aesthetic of this character, I don't like that. I think it looks ugly. I preferred the way it was on the other one. These are quite cool. I quite like them. I don't mind that, although his canopy is there, or supposed to be in there. But for some reason they've given him this like gapy, chesty thing, so you can have a mech-tech like symbol. So if I get the gimmick, this superb piece of engineering, put this in here. And then apparently when I do the gimmick, his whole emblem should light up. Let's have a look. I don't know about you, but I'm not seeing any light up. Well, that's kind of cool. It's like, yeah. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be a sword or... Let's have a look at the gimmick. I think it's supposed to be his hand blast thing that Knockout replaces with him. I'm not too sure, but I'm guessing that's what it's supposed to be, but that's very flat. This is a bit chunkier, and then you've got a box here which doesn't really look like anything. I just hate these things so much. I'm sorry, I know I keep bitching and moaning about it, but you can, surprise surprise, put it on his arm in that hole, and I'm not going to do it because you can then put a missile there if you want to. Right, bring this guy back into focus. Let's see if we can do that gimmick it's trying to do with my torch. Kinda. Not really. What about in the arms? No, not really. Kinda. Maybe this is supposed to be like Energon sized, energized Starscream. This is not good. Right, he has light piping, but his eyes are painted, so I really don't know why they keep doing that. They do it with both my bulkheads, so I really don't know why they do that. Yeah, you know, the look of him is he's okay looking, but scale wise, oh, there's Megatron, who's supposed to tower him. Here's Dreadwing, who's also supposed to tower him. And here's a Viacom, who's he's supposed to be roughly the same height. Anyone else see the problem with this? Yeah, if you have to choose a Starscream, go for the first edition. It's as simple as, because this one is just too big, comes with meh, and the transformation's not that good, and you're going to probably hurt yourself on this part, as I have done. So yeah, I can't really honestly advise getting this version of this character when there are better versions out there. But we're finding out with pretty much all these first editions. I can't think of a single first edition. Bumblebee, yeah, Bumblebee is the only one where I would say the first edition Bumblebee is maybe not as good as the Robots in Disguise, because the Robots in Disguise is just so much more simplistic and better as a toy. But the first edition is good, but I went over that in a previous video. But generally, with pretty much all first editions, they're better than the Robots in Disguise. Right, moving on, let's go over this guy's articulation. Right, head is on a ball. In fact, let's go over the head sculpt quickly. Is that supposed to be a scar? No, they're just like nose crevices. It's not really got any kind of expression, whereas the other one had like a grin. That little side vent should be like going all the way up the side of his face, but it's just like a little corner. I think they've got the paint job right, at least, on the head. The articulation can go up to there. And you can rotate. You can do a full 360 if you raise the chin. The shoulders are on a ball, so they can go out that far. They can go around, full 360, he says. Let's have a look. You kind of can, but you're kind of getting caught, so no, you can't actually. Nope, they can't go all the way around. So you can go to there, to there. So there's you know, it's a good enough range of motion. Like I said, you can go out. You've got a bicep swivel, bicep cut just here, and then an elbow cut which should go all the way. You can touch your shoulder, it's pretty cool. The wrists are on a ball, so you can do a full 360. No, you can't because a bit of armour's in the way. You can go from here to here. You could probably, no, you can't even go past it. And you've got a bit of a blade articulation if you wanted to have like a Guyver series kind of blade. Nothing in the waist. I guess you can use this as an ab crunch. It looks a bit weird though. But like I said, just due to transformation. Now the hips are not actually on a T-cut. They're at kind of like this angle. So if I try and show you the pegs. Sorry, Starscream. I know this is very in kind of. Don't know if you can see the angle of the white pegs. They're kind of just off centre. So they're going up a little, ever so slightly. It's nothing that. It's not that terrible to be honest, and I don't mind it. But much preferred of T-cut hips. Anyway, he can get a Spartan kick of, I'm going to get his foot down, of that. A split kick of only that, because of the armour, it's blocking. If you go behind the armour, or in front of the armour, yeah, not much better, about that. He has an upper thigh rotation, which you do use quite a lot, especially for transformation. So you can go from there to there. And then he has a knee joint of that, and then ankle can go to there, but sure this is kind of on there. It does move independently, but it's angled on there, which is actually for the better. His articulation is okay. He's actually got quite a good range of articulation. Just, yeah, I don't better repeat myself. Right, so I can't put his foot down for some reason. Stay, focus. Get you out of shot. Right, anyway, to transform him back, you need to grab the rockets, take that off, take that off. Then you need to turn the arms outwards and make sure the hands are flush. Lift up the shoulder pad, bend the arms in, and then you want to kind of just persuade it. There you go, the shoulder pad didn't go under there, and then just line that all nice and flush with there. Just like that. So shoulder pad goes all the way up, rotate that all the way around, make sure that's nice and square, bring that up to there, then bring that down to there. And then we have these like stubby arms. Bring these down so they don't get broken. Then need to unpeg the chest cavity from that back there. It's like this peg here goes in there. Then you want to swing it out on this hinge just here. Just keep doing that, and then extend the arm and then rotate. Now this little bit here is a tab that actually needs to go under there. So you want to rotate and tab that just under there, and then bring that straight up. Same this side, untab, unhinge, straight on, and then feed that just under there, and then bring that all the way up there. Keep the head nice and straight so it's out of the way. Okay, you can then peg these arms, like I said, that peg there and that peg there, along with this peg here. This peg here going into them 2 holes there. So there should be 4. It should go in nice and it should go in. There we go. The arms didn't want to go in. Yeah, nice and easy. Then you need to hinge this here, bring it all the way back, and you want to angle these inward. So the knees are pointing inward. Point the toes outwards, downwards, and then rotate the thrusters so they are like that. Line everything up, got to go around his chest cavity. That's why his chest cavity is so small, by the way, and narrow. Then you have to go over the arm, so this whole bit needs to go in this groove here, like that. Same on the other side. Line up the rockets. Something's not lining up. What is it? There we go. That's now clipped together. You heard that, and that looks quite flush down there. All done. Bring the nose cone down. This little peg here, going to go into that hole there. There you go. Hinge these down, hinge these down, hinge these down. Now you have to kind of bring them out a bit and then in to there. So hinge, out and in. And then finally peg the missiles back in there. Peg the missiles back in there. And there we have our Transformers Prime, Voyager, Starscream, Robots in Disguise. Yeah, you know, you've seen it. I kind of regret buying this, so if you want a Starscream, if not, I guess, but it's entirely up to you guys. But anyway, that's my review, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. As per usual, leave your comments below. Please subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Bye bye.